I cannot be the only one who almost had a tear coming out or was about to have tears. Okay? I mean, this episode right here was really phenomenal. The first half is where it got really heated, and then the second half, oh dear lord. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that Midoriya has managed to actually defeat Overhaul with the help of Eri's quirk, etc. But, when it came to, to the other people, they apparently are not looking so good. And Midoriya almost got himself possibly suffering major ugly side effects of One For All, and Eri was trying to control it with her power. But Eraserhead, which is Ayazawa, managed to actually went to the surface thanks to Froppy's help, and later on, he managed to erase Izuku's quirk before, the side effects would take shape of him, And that would have been very bad because, Midoriya has been using 1-4 100% most of the time against Chisaki, and Eri-chan managed to only stop his side effects of injuries from doing so, And I think it would have been bad for both of them at the same time since Eri was working so hard to try to keep it under control. Yeah. But aside from that, it looks like to me all the Hasaki or Hasai are being arrested and Chisaki and the others are being transported to a villain hospital. But Tomura Shigaraki takes advantage of this and goes after Overhaul, And here's where things get very tense because Tomura Shigaraki, thanks to the information given by Toga and Twice, they end up having to stop the transporting truck and stop Chisaki, And we have to it that Chisaki asks him, "Are you going to kill me?" And Shigaraki's, "No, I thought of something way better than just killing you, I hate you. You're so full of yourself is what you are." And Compress takes one arm from Chisaki and says, "Yeah, I hate you too, you know that?" And we see to it that that Shigaraki tells Chisaki or Overhaul, if you're going to erase someone's quirk, you shouldn't do it with your quirk. And he ends up decaying Overhaul's arm and cuts it off and says, "Now you are useless and quirkless. You can't even use your hands. You can't even eat. And now you get to watch all of us in jealousy knowing that you got no hands and you can't even help yourself anymore." And Chisaki can only stare at the ugliness of reality knowing that Shigaraki got the best of him and take away the drug that he's been working on so badly on, And we see to it, of course, that Shigaraki and the others walked away while Chisaki, what he did to the boss and remembering his childhood all the way up to that point, can only scream in agonizing frustration of what just happened to him, especially his position, And yeah, he ends up being bested by Shigaraki, and Shigaraki did a nice tactical move right there. I mean, he literally waited the moment Chisaki was at his lowest point or lowest guard or something or capture, and then now that's what I call crazy tactician. And when it comes to villains, they can play any tactic that's very dirty. That's for 100% sure. I mean, any villain does that in any story. You can even look into it if you can, as best as possible. Someone will do it honorably, but that's rarely, and it has to fit with them. But yeah, aside from that, that was the first half. Chisaki's defeated, all the Hasai's been rounded up, and Shigaraki ends up taking advantage of the transport of Chisaki himself and takes the quirk erasing drugs along with some other stuff. Anyways, we have the second half is where it gotten really emotional. I mean, it all depends if you even like the series or not, but yeah. Anyways, continuing on. We have to it that Izuku and everyone else who was part of the raid gets sent to the nearby university hospital. And it looks like to me Izuku's okay, and he just has a major scar on his arm, which we already know, which is pretty nasty, but it looks kind of cool at the same time. Although I'm just overreacting to that stuff. But Aizawa ends up having 10 stitches around his body, while the others, they end up suffering some major injuries, but not to a point that's fatal. However, there's one issue involved, and that's Night Eye. We all know what happened to him, dude. I mean, that guy, oh my goodness. He got pierced hard, and apparently he will not see the next day. And it's really sad, you know? All Might comes by to visit him, and All Might tries to convince him to live because there's a lot that he wants to atone for and make up for, you know? And it's a little bit too late for that, etc. And it really sucked hard for All Might, you know? And as for Night Eye, he ends up having to, like, somewhat acknowledge Izuku in this episode that he's actually really worthy for the quirk that All Might handed down to him because of how Izuku managed to change the future, and it's through energy and his willpower to not give up or no shred of doubt involving his mind is what allowed him to keep going, you know? And of course, Mirio, who heard the news, tries to tell Night Eye to live, but apparently Night Eye says, I'm so sorry, Mirio. You suffered so much because of me. But Mirio says, no, that's not true. I need you. I was here because of today because of your help, etc. You know, it's all because of you. But we see to it that Night Eye, knowing that he's not going to make it, he ends up thinking in his mind that he used Mirio as a successor for One for All. But now he sees Mirio as his pride and tells Mirio, I want you to keep smiling. With a world without any laughter or cheer, how can one change the future? He ends up using his quirk one last time for Mirio and says, you're going to be fine. You're going to be a greater hero than anyone else. And then he ends up saying his last words about laughter and cheer, and then like ends up passing away. And everyone who was there at that moment, whoever got emotional, could only like cry very badly and mourn and grief for the loss, you know. It really sucks, you know. At that moment, I think I almost had tears coming out again, but they wouldn't come out due to like certain situations. But you know, another information. Eri, she's fine. She's just like in a fever mode whatsoever. And that's about it, you know. And yeah. Anyways, this episode right here was well done, man, dude. That freaking like this really hurts right now. I mean, first half was really intense. Shigaraki doing his true role as a villain or antagonist of the series, and right now, like the second half, oh man, dude, I think, don't know what's gonna happen next, but I really hope like it goes well for our characters, but we'll have to see. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!